everyone, and welcome back to Mikey Reacts. This is not a reaction video, this is an opinion video, but I am telling you 5 things that America does well above all other countries. Genuine opinion, but there is some fact based in it, so let's get to it. Don't forget, although this is not a reaction video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because I'm coming at you with some new content where I am also just speaking about my experiences and talking about things that I love about the United States. I'll give you some top 10 lists and we'll talk about my pending move to the US. I know these aren't reaction videos, but those of you who follow me hopefully will enjoy this content, and if you're just seeing this popping up on your feed, even better. So let's get to it. 5 things that America does so well that I think they do it better than any other countries. Number 1 has got to be roads and city layouts. Guys, you guys as Americans follow the old Roman way of building completely straight roads. Of course, there are some variations to that. You will have country roads that turn and wind like you would in any European country or any country around the world. But when it comes to your cities, they are number 1 in terms of their layout. Definitely. You know what the grid section looks like. You have blocks. Growing up as a kid in the UK, when I would see someone or hear someone use the word block, or this is 2 blocks over that way, or 2nd Street, or whatever it may be, in a movie or a TV show, I was totally confused, because that is not what London is. The benefit of being in the United States is that because it's such a young country, and you have the same thing here in the Middle East, is that you guys have managed to build your streets and your cities without having to adhere to like the way the roads were built 1,000 years ago by the Romans, like that is the case in the UK. In the UK, you have roads in London, the UK's largest city, that are really narrow, only large enough to hold 2 lanes of traffic. And that really causes problems because of how old the roads are, and they were originally created for horse and carriage. In the US, let's take New York as an example. I know there's so much traffic in New York. I've been once and I totally get it. But you have straight roads that use a grid section. It's easy to navigate. If you're on 3rd Street and you need to be on 5th, you know it's just 2 streets over that way. You take a left and you're there. In the UK, it's not like that. We don't have numbers for roads. We don't have a grid section at all. The roads intertwine and they're all over the place, and they're only identifiable by street names. There are no numbers on the roads. Of course, you've got postcodes, like you guys have area codes, but it's not, or what do you guys call them? Area codes? Zip codes. But it's not the same. It's much more confusing. You cannot get around without a sat-nav unless you're a black cab driver. And if you're a black cab driver, that is pretty impressive stuff. But that is my opinion, one of the best things about the United States. The roads are easy to navigate, they're wide, they have enough space for your wide trucks. We don't have that in the UK. I can't get a proper Ford Raptor, American-made Ford Raptor in the UK, because it won't fit in any parking spaces or parking lots. It is just too big. The UK is built for smaller, more European style driving. So that's what I love about the United States. Really, really do. I think they do it better than anyone else. The second thing is stores, superstores, guys. So as you know, Walmart, of course, is your biggest employer in the United States. And in fact, Walmart has a sister company, or a company that it bought, called Asda in the UK. But Walmart is out of this world. You guys do not know how amazing Walmart is compared to all other stores around the globe, especially in the UK, especially here in the Middle East. We have amazing stores, but they are nothing like your local Walmart, where in Walmart you can buy everything from ammunition for your firearms, food, you can change the tires on your car, you can do absolutely anything. You've got a pharmacy. Now we have pharmacies in ours now too, but the amount of variation, the size of the store, the amount of stuff you can get, and is just incredible. This does tie into number 3, but the amount of choice you have of all different products, shelves and shelves of amazing produce, different services that you have within the store, you know. So honestly, incredible. You have tailors, but sometimes I've even seen barbers in a Walmart, just crazy stuff like that. And that's absolutely amazing. That ties into number 3. Number 3 is a free market. Now, a lot of you will say that America is not truly a free market, because it is dominated by a few monopolies. That is very true, but that is true globally. So I think from 2 evils, yours definitely is the best, because what you will find in the UK is a far less choice of product, and that is true of everywhere around the world. The more socialist a country gets, the less products you have available to you. Take Cuba as a great example, and I'm sure North Korea is even worse. but that is full communism, so we can't really compare. The amount of choice you guys have, because the population is so large and demand is so high for products, and the market is so free, and there's less regulation to contend with, although of course there is regulation for like FDA and food consumption and stuff like that, that does not prevent people from making a vast array of different convenient and amazing products because of the free market. It is absolutely incredible. It really helps the medical industry when it comes to innovation, something that we have not had in the UK for a long time, because I think every major innovative step in medical industry in the last 100 years has come from the United States, because it is a for-profit organization with funding. There are lots of negative things to say about that, and there are sides on both aisles of the argument. However, I will just say, in terms of free market innovation, the United States is the leading country in the world for that, and that is something that the United States does better than absolutely anyone in the world. And I've mentioned number 4 before in a previous video, but this one is a very important one. You guys in the United States do customer service far better than anyone else. You guys are generally, all round speaking, friendly people. The customer service that I get when I call an American company, or when I call a hotel, or when I book a hotel, when I'm hiring a car, and now that I'm moving over to the United States, having to deal with all the paperwork, customer service is absolutely incredible in the US. Now, of course, I have not experienced customer service in every state. Maybe it does vary depending on the state. Primarily, I have dealt with customer service in Texas, Florida, and Nevada, but every single thing I've experienced, from the people on the front lines who talk to you on the phones, the hostesses, the waitresses and waiters, absolutely everyone, customer service is top notch. It hits 100% easily. I've never had a bad experience. Helpful, polite, kind, and really informative. Never had an issue one bit, never once. And the third one, I think, fifth one, I think is really important. And it's actually a two-parter, it ties in. It's patriotism, and then the way patriotism goes and floods into the area of sport is absolutely one of my favorite things. I've been to a few football games in the States. I've been to a few football games in the UK, American football, that is. Obviously, when you guys do your London series, and you guys do have stuff in Ireland also, the NFL, that is. The patriotism that's associated with sport is absolutely incredible. And the anthem before the game, you don't have that in the UK. I don't know if you know that, but at our normal sports games, soccer games, they don't play the anthem beforehand. There's no flyover. There's no military on the field. There's none of that really. It's just about the football. But in the US, when it comes to football, you guys have flyovers. You have the anthem sung loud and proud. You have people dressed in all types of patriotic clothes, singing the national anthem at the top of their lungs. Everyone takes off their hats, and the flyovers are absolutely breathtaking. They make your hair stand up on edge. And I absolutely love that. And it really hurt me when people started kneeling for the anthem. That is a political statement, so I'm not going to talk about that, but that is just the case. It did hurt me and annoy me a little bit. Maybe I'm not in a position to understand, but I personally think I'm quite well informed. I understand everything when it comes to that, and I am not for that one bit. So those are the most amazing things about the United States. But when it comes to patriotism in sport, and you take the patriotism just as it stands, with the flying of the flag, the absolute reverence and respect for the national anthem and the flag and the country for which it stands, and the respect for those men who have gone before us and given their lives, or just at the very bare minimum risked their lives for our freedom and our liberties, is something that not many other countries have. We don't really have that in the UK, where we have so much reverence for our veterans and men who have gone to war for our freedoms. In the United States, you guys do it correctly. You have such a high level of patriotism. It is admirable, and it can only benefit a country. I think it's absolutely amazing. So those are the 5 things that America does really well, in my opinion, more so than any other country in the world. This is a really good segment I'm going to carry on, because there are so many things, and I really love talking about this stuff. If you guys enjoyed hearing my opinion on this, Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think the 5 best things are about the United States. Let me know, do you think I'm right or do you think I'm wrong? And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel so you can see more content like this and a whole catalogue of videos that you're more than welcome to scroll through and watch as much as you possibly want. Thank you very much, guys. If you want to support this channel, you can hit that super thanks button, or go over to my Patreon or Twitter and Instagram and support me in that way. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I will see you next time.